Yo, it's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video! Breaking news. Your boy's been active and early. I already did 2 reaction videos this morning. And guess what? My phone has been blowing up. Twitter has been blowing up. NFL's #1 safety, the Jets star, Jamal Adams, traded to the Seattle Seahawks. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. So all of a sudden, I'm waking up early today, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to grind hardcore today. So I woke up early. I started to get a game plan for today's show that I was going to live stream tonight. So today's show that I was going to live stream tonight, NFL top 5 traded players going into 2020. So I was watching film, I was doing research, I got everything laid out for tonight. Then I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do smartest plays in NFL history, a reaction by Highlight Heaven. Bang that out. Then it's Alvin Kamara, AK-41, the alien's birthday today. Salute, 25th birthday today. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to tag him, and I'm going to do Alvin Kamara 2019-20 highlights in HD for his 25th birthday. I'm going to tag him in it on Twitter. And then as I'm finishing the video, my phone is just blowing up, and they're like, Orion, did you hear about Jamal Adams? And my buddy is at the mall. He's getting some new dames. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, dude, he just got traded for a big haul to the Seahawks. And it was rumored last month either the Seahawks or the Cowboys were kind of the front runner. He wanted to go to Dallas. That was kind of his #1 choice, a team that he followed when he was younger. That seemed like the more natural fit. But with Jerry Jones, I didn't really know if they were going to be able to have the capital to put it into place. Seattle had some money. So I'm kind of wondering now with everything, does that mean Jadeveon Clowney is out the door? And there's no chance for him to come back to Seattle? I mean, I'm not really too sure, but I had to hop on. Your boy's been grinding 2 reaction videos, a live stream, and guess what? I'll probably end up doing my live stream for my show later on today, NFL Top 5 Traded Players going into 2020. But how is everybody doing today? I mean, I typically don't hop on and do live streams this early. I like to do them around, 7:30 Pacific time. But God, this is a huge fucking blockbuster. And as in the title, as you guys can see, #1 safety. I mean, you got Kevin Byard, right? You got Derwin James, and you got a lot of other guys that are studs at the safety position. But to me, for my bottom dollar, if I could get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get 1 safety, in my opinion, that's the best in the NFL, hands down. To me, it's Jamal Adams from LSU, ride or die. These LSU players are so legit, especially when you get guys on the defensive side of the ball. Devin White, my Buccaneers. Patrick Peterson for the Cardinals. I mean, do I need to go? Honey Badger, Kansas City Chiefs, stand up. Marcos Pineda, my boy, in the house. Bang! Starting off the donations right. Your boy's been grinding, man. $5, my boy. And I know Seahawks fans, like Marcos Pineda, they are ecstatic. I'm so excited for this trade to bring a player like this to this caliber of the Northwest. I go to Seahawks games. Usually I try to go at least once a year. I'm definitely, this season with obviously Corona, I'm not sure if they're going to have fans, but you better believe your ass I am going to go to Seattle to check out Jamal Adams in person, because I haven't got a chance to do that just yet. And I like Jamal Adams so much that I'm a defensive guy. As you guys know, I'm a linebacker guy, a corner guy, a safety guy. I would buy a Jamal Adams Jets or Seahawks jersey and rock it with pride, because that's how much I like this type of player. He's physical. He's grimy. I mean, this guy is just off the charts. So I want to go over kind of the compensation. I know Danger Russ is excited with all the new news. He just had a newborn son as well. So everything is really bright out here in the Northwest. But let's go over some stats, and let's actually acknowledge everybody in the room as well. Jamal Adams has the most sacks, 11, hits, 11, hurries, 27, and total pressures, 49 among all, let me say that again, all NFL defensive backs since joining the league in 2017. Most sacks, 11, hits, 11, hurries 27, and total pressures 49. So don't come at me and say that he's not the best safety in the league. Kevin Byard is great from the Titans. Derwin James is great, but they are no Jamal Adams, and that's facts. And as far as the deal is concerned, a massive haul for the Jets. Star safety Jamal Adams goes to the Seahawks along with a 4th rounder in 2022. And it's a 1st rounder, a 3rd rounder, and another 1st rounder in 2022 to the New York Jets and safety Bradley McDougald. Crazy. And as we go into kind of stats and looking things up, Laramie Tunsil, Jalen Ramsey, Khalil Mack, now Jamal Adams, all superstars traded for packages that included 2 first rounders. That's expensive, but guess what? It costs that to be able to get a superstar. The Seahawks got an A++ on this move because they've been wanting a guy to have an Earl Thomas again, the 3rd. You know, the Legion of Boom needs to grow again, and what a great way to get your defense when you have the 32nd ranked defensive line, a bottom 5 offensive line. Danger Russ has been trying to carry this team on his shoulders for years, and if you had Danger Russ, you're going to make the playoffs. Now, you bring in the number 1 motherfucking safety when you had guys like Earl Thomas III and Richard Sherman, all these guys in the Legion of Boom. Now you're able to bring it back. I am so excited for Seahawks fans and in the Northwest. The Jets weren't really doing anything anyways. I mean, they're one of the shittiest teams in the NFL. That's facts, right? Obviously, we know Jacksonville, the Bears. I mean, there's not a whole lot of hope for some of these teams as we're going into 2020. I don't believe in Sam Darnold, so at least, you know, he gets out of there. He gets to go somewhere in the Northwest. Seahawks fans, stand the fuck up. This is huge, and I don't really know if you guys really have watched the tape on Jamal Adams. If you've watched him in college at LSU, I mean, this guy is just like the Honey Badger, crafty, smooth. But the thing about Jamal Adams that I love, he gives you that Troy Polamalu, that Ed Reed, but he gives you that Brian Dawkins from the Eagles and that John Lynch. He's almost like John Lynch, you know, of this generation. Hard-hitting safety, but he can come off the ball. He can play zone. He can play man-to-man. This guy is the best safety in football, and I'm not sure if we're going to have another Jamal Adams anytime soon. So number 1 safety in the NFL, Jets Jamal Adams, breaking fucking news, traded to the Seahawks, a reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, like Marcos Pineda did, my boy. Seahawks in the building, stand up. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch link is below every video on our YouTube page. So I've been grinding my ass off this morning. I got a show coming up later on tonight for a live stream. I did that. I've been watching film since very early in the AM. And now I'm watching the Dodgers and the Giants on Fox because I love to get my baseball in. I busted out 2 reaction videos earlier today. So if you guys need something to watch to keep you entertained, I got you all day long. Your boy's grinding, okay? Smartest plays in NFL history, a reaction with your boy, with Patrick Mahomes on the thumbnail with the no-look pass. Then, salute AK-41 Alvin Kamara. It's your 25th birthday today, my guy. AK-41 the alien. So I had to do a 2019-2020 highlights package in HD by Sports Productions. Smartest plays in the NFL by my guy Highlight Heaven. Your boy's grinding. And as soon as I was at the end of the Alvin Kamara reaction, boom, 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 all the news about Jamal Adams. It's really exciting to be able to have some NFL news. And now your boy is here, grinding, going over all the info. And I want you guys to comment below who won that trade, Seahawks or Jets, or what you guys think about overall what happened today. Ryan Schrick in the building. Woo! Stand up, Chiefs Kingdom, my guy, Ryan. Michael Pierpont, what to do? Big Mike. Fly, Eagles, fly in the building. What to do? Juan Gotti. He doesn't like it. He's a Redskin fan. He said, what the fuck? I love it. I love it, Juan Gotti. I love it. And the Washington football team, it's coming. It's coming along. New name, probably in about a year and a half. But I'm loving this Jamal Adams news. Stand up. You got Chase Young. Everything's coming together. I did see that Alex Smith news for Chiefs and Redskin guys and all the other guys in the past from Utah and the Niners and all these guys that have seen the Alex Smith news. He's healthy. I don't know if he's going to get picked up by a team, but we'll see. Sarah Small, Colts in the building. She said, "Oh, Ryan, how are you?" I'm great. I'm great. I've been grinding my ass off, doing a lot of these live streams, NFL coverage, the best for NFL coverage, 24/7. Your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. 2 reaction videos done, a live stream right now. Jamal Adams traded to the fucking Seahawks in the Northwest. I am excited. And then I got a great show later on tonight for another live stream. Nobody works harder than your boy Orion, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. And so I'm getting into it, man. I'm excited. Let's see what else. Shrek said he's going to be a problem in Seattle. Well, we'll see. I think not only is he going to be a problem on the field, let's hope that he's not a problem off the field. He's definitely outspoken. He's very loud. Sometimes people think he's a little abrasive. But, when you play defense, you got to have a little swag. You got to have a little edge to you. You know what I mean? There's no way you're going to have a little cockiness, swag, energy about you, especially if you're the number 1 fucking safety in the NFL. And he is, hands down. I love Kevin Byard from the Titans. Great player. I love Derwin James. And you had guys in the past like Harrison Smith that were great. And then I know Harrison Smith ended up being like the number 1 rated safety in Madden. That's trash. We know that's not true. Jamal Adams is the best safety, and I can't wait. Now, Cowboys fans, we damn boys, are going to be hella depressed because they were thinking that this piece could have been the piece to get them to the playoffs and maybe the NFC Championship game. Now, Seattle gets a real, needed cog in that wheel because their defense on that back end has been kind of piss poor, if you really want me to be honest about it. I mean, the D-line is last in the NFL. Offensive line, bottom 5. Secondary hasn't been that great. You still got Bobby Wagner, B-Wags, right? But when Frank Clark left, I mean, you saw a huge hole there, and he got a Super Bowl ring with the Kansas City Chiefs. So we'll see what they can do. But as far as a Band-Aid to help that defense get better, Bobby Wagner, the best middle linebacker in football, now with the best safety in football. I mean, things are looking nice in Seattle and here in Oregon in the Northwest. I am excited. RTV Jalen said, no, he should have went to the Cowboys. Well, Jerry Jones hasn't really been speaking up a whole lot of anything in this offseason. So, I mean, they could have made it happen. This was Jamal Adams' number 1 choice, the Dallas Cowboys playing in Dallas, and they couldn't get it done. Seattle said, fuck it, I'm going to get it done. And if I had a choice between Jamal Adams or Jadeveon Clowney, yes, sign me up for some Jamal Adams. I am excited, not only for the trade, but to go watch him. I'm going to go drive up 3.5 hours to watch Jamal Adams play single-handedly, him and Dangerous. I love it. Oh, crazy trade. They gave up a lot, but if you want to be able to get a great player, you're going to have to typically give up 2 first-rounders. And even if you end up picking certain players, I doubt the Jets will get anyone on Jamal Adams' level. So I definitely feel that the Seahawks won this trade, even though the compensation was large and in charge. But players like Jamal Adams don't come around that often. These LSU defensive players are so special. Honey Badger, Patrick Peterson, Jamal Adams, and then hopefully my Devin White for my Buccaneers. I mean, you don't get guys on the defense that often that are this lit, this exciting to be able to watch. And then you get other guys down the road that'll be able to make a legendary name for themselves as well. Nathan Dotson in the building. What a do. Jigman, JGT, who won the trade? Seahawks, baby. Are you kidding me? They needed it. They were still going to be in the playoffs as a wild card team, right, with Russ. They got, a shitty O-line, shitty D-line. They need help, right? But you got Tyler Lockett. Tyler, get to the door and lock it. I love him. To me, he's a top 12 wide receiver in the league. And then you got the rookie from last year, DK Metcalf. He's going to take huge strides. He'll get rid of that drops problem he had last season. He had a lot of opportunities in the red zone. He had a lot of opportunities from Dangerous. And I love DK Metcalf. A.J. Brown from the Titans, scary Terry McLaurin for the Redskins. I mean, we are in good hands. Deebo Samuel, even though he's coming off that injury for the Niners. We had a nice draft as far as 49ers and the Seahawks and then some of those other teams, the Titans. As far as development in these new young wide receiving core, that's going to be the future of the league. But man, oh man, I'm loving this. They needed this help on the backside for quite some time. They had Cam Chancellor, Brandon Browner, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas III, and then they have obviously beast mode, at the running back position. Things have never really been the same since those little Super Bowl 4-year window. And as you know, when you're an elite team, unless you're the New England Patriots from the past, or maybe the Kansas City Chiefs now and the Baltimore Ravens, it's going to be hard to consistently keep that team top notch for years and years to come. But man, Jamal Adams coming to the Northwest. Woo! I'm excited. I had to do a live stream, and I did 2 reaction videos already today. I'm ready. Cowboys fans are crying. I guarantee they are. Imagine if they still had Earl. Juan Gotti said, whoa. Even though Earl is old, right, he still made a huge difference for the Ravens. And I really feel if it's not the Chiefs this year, I got the Ravens winning it all. Even though I know defenses are going to game plan for Lamar Jackson. But if Mark Ingram, if he ends up staying healthy, okay, and then the defense with Calais Campbell and Judon can do their thing, I mean, I really can't see any other team besides the Chiefs, number one, repeating, going back to back, like Drake would say, right? And then the Ravens. I mean, these are the 2 teams, the 2 best teams in the NFL, top to bottom, coaching, organization, all around. Unless there's some serious injuries, I don't really see any other team in the AFC competing. I mean, Buffalo Bills will be good, Steelers, Patriots, Titans, but there's a gap between those teams and the Chiefs and the Ravens. And then the NFC, we got a clusterfuck of Saints, Buccaneers, Packers, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cardinals, Eagles, Cowboys, all these teams jumbled up. But I just don't see the talent level or the coaching to be able to keep up with the Ravens or the Chiefs. Just saying. I'm just saying. Vampire Prince, Ryan, we don't care. That was way too much. I don't know. I don't think so. It's a perfect amount. You're not going to be able to get Jamal Adams just for a first rounder. You're typically going to have to give up more than one. Not watching no baseball. Of course I am. Juan Gotti, it's on right now. I'm watching the Giants and the Dodgers. I've been flipping through and I watched the Cubs game earlier today. I've been watching the Dodgers with my dad. My poor ass, bummy ass Mariners get their ass kicked by the Astros yesterday. I love me some MLB. I really do, and I wish I could end up going up to Seattle because I typically go 3-4 times a year to watch people come in, and I was hoping to go see Mike Trout this season because that's kind of been on my bucket list to be able to get those bobbleheads that they give away. They were going to do a Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. dual bobblehead in August, and I love Ken Griffey Jr. As you guys know, he's my favorite. He's the GOAT. He's literally my hero besides my dad. I mean, that's the guy that I love to be able to watch highlights of, to get bobbleheads and collectibles of. And Seattle typically will do, Randy Johnson, Ichiro, Edgar Martinez. But anytime it's Griffey, you better believe your ass I'm going to be up in Seattle getting whatever memorabilia they're giving away. But yeah, I'm watching it, man. Baseball, we got a quadruple header here. Triple header on Fox. Had that Cubs game on earlier. I know the Nats are on later, so I'm going to be soaking it all in. Plus, I'm going to be, grinding with the 2 reaction videos that I did. Smartest plays in NFL history, AK-41, a 25th birthday tribute, a highlight package of 2019 last season, all right? And then now I'm doing this live stream, and then I'll be able to do another one that I have, planned out for later tonight. So I'm definitely on it, man. And I know not a lot of us, Juan Gotti, love the MLB as much as you and me, but I can't get enough. I mean, I've been deprived of my sports. Lenny D, my guy, said my Eagles still got to get, gonna beat Russell Wilson, but it just got a little tougher. I'm kind of wondering now where Jadeveon Clowney is going to go. I saw a thing by Michael Thomas, can't guard Mike, right? He was saying, Jadeveon Clowney or bust, like, come on over. We want you. Could you imagine if Jadeveon Clowney came to play with Cameron Jordan and Sheldon Rankins and Davenport? Woo! I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think the Saints got the money for that because, he wants like 15, 20 milli. But with this Jamal Adams move, that pretty much means that Clowney's out. So does that mean the Cleveland Browns? That could be big. Clowney and Myles Garrett. That would be a tag team champions of the world. I don't know if it'll happen. We will see. But the Clowney news is going to come up soon. Everson Griffin available as well. So there's still some good pass rushers available. But it's just great to be able to get some NFL news. Very shocking, though. I just didn't expect this Jamal Adams trade to the Seahawks to happen today. But when do you ever expect anything to happen? You don't. I mean, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. And that's facts. Official Young Nola Nolan Saints in the building. What it do? Your favorite player, AK-41, the alien. I did the reaction video. I know you love that, Nola. All the Saints fans, you got to stand up. Like I said, even though I'm a Bucks fan, he's one of the more entertaining backs in the NFL. Check it out. 3 years, 3 Pro Bowls in a row, one of the best running backs in the league, Alvin Kamara, and he played 65% health last season. So I'm excited for him to be able to get to 100%, play the whole season, and then me and my Bucks are going to go against Nola and his Saints, and we actually play in the Dome on his birthday. So I don't know if that's going to be a game that's going to be on my local TV, but gosh, I hope they switch it over and they make it happen, because I mean, I want to be able to watch that game here in the comfort of my own house with the Saints fans and the Bucks fans. Man, it's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be lit. Nola, I hope you're doing good. Love you, brother. And I'll talk to you later tonight, my guy. Young Nola, the hardest working rapper in the business, in the 504, representing Nolans, my boy. Devontae Griffin, we damn boys. What it do, my guy? I said, man, I wanted my Cowboys to get him. I know, man, and I think every Cowboy fan was thinking that too, man. I mean, it would have been a perfect fit. I mean, especially losing Byron Jones, and having a player like Jamal Adams. I could just, like, picture him, like, visualize in my head what he would look like in a Cowboys jersey. It would be so slick. People would be buying that shit just like they're going to be buying CeeDee Lamb this season in that jersey. But I guess it just wasn't meant to be. But have no fear. Maybe when he gets a little bit older and when the contract is up, he'll end up going to Dallas, which is what I'm kind of thinking. I'm thinking he has Dallas in the back of his mind. So before his career is over, and hopefully he's never going to be washed up. I mean, he's the best safety in football. Number 1 rated safety, Jets, Jamal Adams, now the Seahawks safety. Before his career is over, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up being a Dallas Cowboy. I think he'd look great in that uniform. But for now, I get to enjoy him here in Oregon, and people in Seattle and Washington in the Northwest. The number 1 rated safety, NFL Jet star, Jamal Adams, traded to the Seahawks. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Clowney wants to come to the Saints. I don't know if Clowney wants to come to the Saints, Nola, but I know Michael Thomas is trying to get him to come over to the Saints, but we'll see if it happens. I don't think you guys got the money for it, and that's facts. Tyrann Mathieu up there, but Adams is younger. Exactly. Well, for me, in my kind of, categories, I got, Jamal Adams is number 1. And then I got probably Kevin Byard at 2, and then I got probably Honey Badger 3, and then Derwin James 4, as far as like Shrick is the rankings. But the way that Honey Badger played last season, you could argue that he's the number 2 safety in the league, even though he's a little bit older. He's so crafty. He's so smooth. I mean, interceptions galore. He's got great hands. He's a leader. I love LSU players. You know what I mean? I'm an Oregon Duck through and through. You know what I mean? But when I see LSU players, I kind of fall in love a little bit. I got a little crush on these LSU football players. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause when you see them play, I got one on my team, Devin White. You know what I mean? And he's a stud. But when you see these safeties, man, it's just something special about these guys. You know what I mean? These hard hitting safeties. The corners are smooth. The safeties are smooth. Patrick P, Honey Badger, Jamal Adams. I mean, does it really get any better than that? And with those 3 guys I just mentioned, those guys are all Hall of Famers. Honey Badger's a Hall of Famer. Patrick Peterson, even though he cheated and doped up, Hall of Famer, And then Jamal Adams, I think, is a future Hall of Famer. That's facts. Crazy. I'm so excited right now for, obviously, Seahawks fans in the building. Marcos Pineda, bang, $5. He loves it. King Swag loves it as well. Seahawk fan, it looks like as well. LSU, Louisiana, put respect on my state, y'all. Tracy's in the building. Young Earl Thomas. To be honest, I think that Jamal Adams, as great as Earl is, and Earl's a Hall of Famer as well, right? I think there's a chance that Jamal Adams could surpass Earl Thomas, the legend, Earl Thomas III. And that's really tough to do, because with Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas III, I mean, that was the heart and soul of the defense besides Bobby Wagner. And they were better than Cam Chancellor and Brandon Browner, but they needed those other 2 guys for the Legion of Boom. And Earl Thomas is definitely one of the best safeties we've ever seen, period. Ever. Right? But I think Jamal Adams, personally, to me, is just a little bit better. I think, and obviously he's younger. Earl's at the end of his career. Jamal's at the beginning. But I just think that Jamal is starting to get to this point where it's in this, like, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, the safety of the generation in football, right? And Jamal Adams is it. And to be able to put him in that kind of category, Brian Dawkins, John Lynch, but more importantly, a Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, because even though I'm a John Lynch guy and Brian Dawkins is amazing, I think for, in the past, Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu were the cream of the crop. Those were the two best safeties when they were playing in football, hands down. You know what I mean? If you ended up watching the tape, watching the film, watched him play in college, obviously with USC, with Polamalu, and if you saw Ed Reed play, obviously at the U, you saw the talent that these guys had, and they brought it over to the NFL as well. Marcos Pineda, he said, go Seahawks, man. How many Budweisers have you drank already? I was asking you what you were barbecuing because I was thinking maybe I'll come over and we can barbecue some ribs or some burgers or dogs, but you probably drank a 30-pack of Budweiser already, my guy. Are you even standing up? Are you okay? I mean, drink a Bud for me, my guy. Drink a Budweiser for me. What a great day for Seahawks fans. He said, you've been grinding hard, trying to keep up. I know, man. I have been. That's facts. Makes me appreciate the Buckner trade even more. Absolutely. And you're going to need it. And like I said, I have a great video, a live stream later on today. And I have everything kind of set up. NFL top 5 traded players going into 2020. So, and I have a list with some honorable mentions, but I'll end up doing that later on tonight. But yeah, I've been really grinding hard these last couple weeks. I mean, sports is back. I got to get everything acclimated for all the fans, to show everyone that this is the hardest working YouTuber on the planet for NFL coverage. And then as we're getting closer to preseason, we're not going to have one. So I got to keep it light. I got to keep it, I got to keep it fiery. I got to bring the heat, bring the fire, you know what I mean, with all kinds of videos. And I'm glad we have some more NFL news. That's facts. I wonder what the Jets are thinking right now. And obviously he had the comments about Gase yesterday, how he's a trash leader and whatnot. So you knew more than likely with ownership and Gase, they're like, all right, let's get this guy out of here. Let's get him out of here. But I mean, how good is your team as it is anyways? You guys are already blowing up the team, and you didn't really have anything to begin with. I mean, you were going to be a bottom 3 team in the league going in. I mean, I don't think anyone had any expectations with the Jets. I mean, right now, as I look at teams, I mean, the Bears are at the bottom. The Jets are at the bottom. The Jacksonville Jaguars are at the bottom. And I hate to say it, but probably the Redskins will be probably towards the bottom unless all their guys get healthy and then the offense overachieves. The defense looks great, right? But it's still going to be a couple years. I'm thinking about 4 to 6 wins for the Redskins. Washington football team this season. But maybe they'll surprise all of us. I mean, I love surprises. It's like Christmas when NFL starts. You never know. He was all the Jets had, for real. I don't believe in Sam Darnold, and I don't really like any of the other pieces on the roster. Jamal Adams was the New York Jets. Facts. The Jets just a walking L. They are. Lenny D with the family dropped by to say, what's up, Orion? Later, my guy. Catch your stuff on the other live stream. Peace. No problem, Lenny D. Fly, Eagles, fly. In the building. Jets, hold this L. Permanent. Hold the L up. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, if you're a Jets fan right now, you got to be crying. You're definitely not happy with the trade and with the move. Paper bag mask in the building. Let's go Seahawks, baby, in the building. Barry Eugene, that's a great pickup for the Seahawks. They just need a receiver. Well, you got DK Metcalf, you got Tyler Lockett, and we saw obviously Will Dissly kind of do his thing at tight end. So, and Chris Carson is an underrated running back as well. So adding another wide receiver, I agree, would be great, but the defense really needs it, especially the D-line and the O-line. D-line is ranked last in the NFL, my guy. If you're a Seahawks fan, just to kind of get you up to speed, it's not looking good for the D-line. Offensive line is bottom 5 in the NFL too. So it really shows you Russell Wilson is the man. Dangerous. The second best quarterback in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. He's the man. So we just got to keep adding these pieces for the Seahawks fans and the Seahawks fan base so that way that maybe they got a chance to get closer to the top and compete with the Niners, right, from last year that represented the NFC in the Super Bowl, even though they lost against the Chiefs. But the Rams and the Cardinals are coming, all right? The Cardinals' defense is booty overall, right? But they got Chandler Jones. Who? Chandler Jones. Who? Chandler Jones, right? You got Budda Baker, but you got Isaiah Simmons coming in. The Rams got Cam Akers at running back, so they're going to be a little bit more competitive. Cooper Kupp, contract year. But this is great. This is a great day for Seattle. This is a great day for Portland. This is a great day for the Northwest. Number 1 safety in the NFL, Jets, Jamal Adams, traded to the Seahawks. A reaction, which your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy like Marcos did. $5, my guy. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. And like I was mentioning to you guys, I mean, I've been grinding today. I already did 2 reaction videos, smartest plays in NFL history, right? Patrick Mahomes on the thumbnail. An amazing highlight package by Highlight Heaven. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. My boy, he always puts in the fire videos. Then I went to Sports Productions, Alvin Kamara 2019-2020 highlights in HD for his 25th birthday. Salute, AK-41, your birthday today. And then this story dropped. So obviously with this Jamal Adams, you know I had to do the video. And I got another live stream tonight. So your boy is grinding. Seahawks, stand up. Paperbag Mass loves it. Let's see, Shrick says, Barry, they got Lockett and Metcalf. I think they need O-line. That's true. And D-line. I watched Jamal Adams, King Swags. I think everyone has. Jamal Adams is more physical, less instinctive than Tyrann Mathieu. Right? He's but the thing is, that's a Chiefs guy. I get it. You know, you got love for your guys, but let's not sleep on Jamal Adams and how great he really is at that safety position, Shrick. You can always battle and stand up for your guys, and everyone loves Honey Badger. I mean, everyone loved him when he came out of college, right, with all the things that he does. So, Laramie Tunsil, Jalen Ramsey, Khalil Mack, Jamal Adams, all superstars traded for packages that included 2 first-rounders. Expensive, but that's what it costs for big-time stars to move. Jamal Adams has the most sacks, 11 at the safety position. Very tough to do. Hits, 11. Hurries, 27. And a total 49 motherfucking pressures among NFL defensive backs, corners, or safeties. Guess what? That's number 1 in the fucking league since 2017, since he came into the league. He is the best. Man, a massive haul for the Jets. Star safety Jamal Adams goes to the Seahawks along with a 4th rounder in 2022. And the compensation, it's a 1st rounder, a 3rd rounder, another 1st rounder to the New York Jets, and safety Bradley McDougald. Crazy. But I think the Seahawks definitely won that trade. Six Ink in the building. What to do? Nola in the building. AK-41. He loves that birthday reaction that I put out. That's facts. Let me see what else we got here. Tracy said, happy birthday, AK-41. Absolutely. Seahawks hands down won it. I agree, Six Ink. Tracy says Hawks won the trade. King Swag, Hawks won the trade. Most wanted 28. Honestly, I think this trade was good for both. But the thing is we can't count on the Jets to pick the right players to compensate for Jamal Adams. So I think if the Jets had a better head coach, Adam Gase, a better ownership, a better overall setup at the top, then you could say, hey, the Jets actually got some compensation here. But if you don't pick the right players, it's not, they at least picked Jamal Adams. So, you almost did that by default, at the position that you were in a few years ago. But I'm not sure if you're going to get another Jamal Adams unless the Jets end up being horribly bad, which they could be next year, the year after. So there's a chance, even if their personnel isn't the brightest and they got some dum-dums in there, right? Maybe by luck, you end up getting a couple studs just because you're going to be a bottom 5 team the next 3 years in a row. And that's facts. Devontae Griffin said, man, I wanted him to the Cowboys. We damn boys so bad, but we couldn't get him. Yeah, but you know what? With CeeDee Lamb, in the draft, Devontae, you got to be ecstatic. No one expected him to go to the Dallas Cowboys, and I can't wait to see Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup, my breakout star with Chris Godwin that I mentioned last year. I told y'all, I said Michael Gallup and Chris Godwin were going to break out, and look what happened. They blossomed into amazing wide receivers, and I think the Dallas Cowboys are really going to be able to do some damage this season. It's going to be tough with the Eagles and the Giants and the Washington football team, in the NFC East, but I am excited, man. Marcos is already drunk. He said Hawks NFC champs. I won't go that far, bud. All right, you still got the Niners, right? You got a up-and-coming Rams team rebounding from the Todd Gurley trade, and the Cardinals are on the way up with D-Hop. So let's not get too drunk. Let's not get too drunk just yet, Marcos. Oh, $5. Uh-oh. That's Budweiser beer money, my guy. Another $5. That's going away from that 30 rack. I might have to come swing by and drink some beers for today, my guy. I love you. Appreciate you. Bang! $5. Bang! Another $5. Make sure you donate to the Budweiser Fund of your boy. Your boy's going to maybe have some beers today. Hawks NFC champs. We'll see how this turns out. Man, I am excited. King loves it. Marcos loves it. Hawks won the trade. He's getting drunk. He's drinking 30 beers. Your boy might go over there and drink some with him. Best safety and still have no pass rushers. That's true, but whose fault is that? You know, with Pete Carroll and the way that they've drafted, they're not good at drafting players. Well, that's one thing that Seattle has to come to terms with as far as drafting talent. They're not very good. DK Metcalf was good, but as far as like drafting on the D-line and the O-line and addressing those problems and that weak spot, God, it's like, what the fuck? Wake up. Your O-line has needed help, you know, since the Legion of Boom era, you know, right after those guys left, Marshawn Lynch and the Legion of Boom. You already knew your O-line wasn't that great, and you didn't really address it. The D-line wasn't really that great either, and then your best piece, Frank Clark, bye. Goes to the Chiefs, Super Bowl, you know what I mean? Like, but we'll see. But this Jamal Adams is definitely a bright spot in Seattle, and it shows you how great Russell Wilson, Danger Russ, right, is. Newly father figure in his life. Obviously, he got kids, right? But he's got a newborn son with Sierra. And like I said, he is just one of those guys, a polarizing figure in the NFL. It shows you when you have a worst D-line in the NFL, 32nd out of 32nd, 32 out of 32. Bottom 5 O-line, and he still gets the fucking team to the playoffs as a wild card with 9, 10, or 11 wins. So it really shows you how amazing of a talent Russell Wilson is, from NC State to Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl against my Oregon Ducks, and then obviously now with the Seattle Seahawks. 2 Super Bowls, 1 win, 1 loss. And it's funny, I told Marcos Pineda when we watched games together, I said this Russell Wilson guy coming out of Wisconsin, you're going to go to a couple Super Bowls, win 1, lose 1, and then, you know, as the years pass, it happened. So I got that ESP, not ESPN, but that ESP. You could just tell, you know, he was wise beyond his years. You know, he was one of these Yoda quarterback figures, Russell Wilson, and I absolutely love him. Seattle still ain't beating San Francisco, sorry to say. Yeah, I don't see them being San Francisco J Trooper either. I think even with the Deebo Samuel injury, I think that's going to be tough. But you got Brandon Ayuk, who is going to be blowing shit out of the water under Kyle Shanahan's system. I think people are really going to wake up. I mean, we got Justin Jefferson going to be with Kirk Cousins from LSU, but this Brandon Ayuk kid, it might be the most underrated, under-the-radar wide receiver, and you're putting him in there. If Deebo Samuel was there with him, with George Kittle, watch out, right? But now we're going to have to see what Mostert does. Breed has gone to Miami, but I still think that the Niners got a lot of depth, even though Breed is gone, you know, and obviously Eric Armstead doesn't have his buddy anymore, DeForest Buckner, because he's on the Colts. But I still think the Niners are, if you had to pick one team that's kind of building a mini dynasty in the NFC, obviously, the Saints have been very consistent, and you can put them there. But the Niners, I feel, as well, are building a team that can be very consistently good for that 4 to 5 year period. And the other teams will be able to challenge them. That's no doubt. And as you guys know, if you're a fan of a team in the NFC just like me, it's always new teams, but it's really competitive. You got about 6 to 7 teams every year that you just don't know which one's going to represent the NFC. With the AFC, when Brady was there, it was always like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning with Denver, you know, Ravens. I mean, you only had a couple teams. Now the Chiefs, you know, so now as we shift over, it's always top heavy in the AFC. But I see the AFC having a little bit more kind of parity like the NFC, where it might be a little even, because people are sleeping on Josh Allen and the Bills. People are sleeping on Big Ben Revenge Tour 2020 with the Steelers. They're going to be amazing, right? Then you got other teams like the Patriots with Cam Newton, the Titans and Ryan Tannehill, and maybe even the Cleveland fucking Browns and Baker Mayfield, since they got a top 10 offensive line this year with Jedrick Wills, right, and Jack Conklin coming over, and maybe even a sleeper team like the Denver Broncos and Drew Lock taking that next step. I'm not saying that the Broncos are making the playoffs this year, but they're getting there. They're getting there, and I like what they're doing. They're addressing the O-line. You got Jerry Jeudy, number 1 receiver, Cortland Sutton on the other side, and then you got KJ Hamler, and then the defense with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. All right, I don't know if Drew Lock is going to take a huge step this season, but if he does, don't be surprised if that might be the surprise team in the AFC, just like the Cardinals and the Lions might be the surprise team in the NFC. I can definitely see these teams kind of maybe doing a little bit better like a year or two earlier, and that's facts. They needed O-line and D-line. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Russ is always running for his life. Yeah, just imagine if they had a little bit better of a line, they could actually compete with the Niners as far as being the NFC champs and the NFC West. We don't know what our pass rush is yet. Well, I mean, if you look at the roster, and like I said, I watch a lot of film, and I go through every team's website, and it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Seattle's defensive line is the worst in football. Like, if you look at the, Pro Football Focus, you look at the numbers, you look at the film. I got a lot of stuff on my DVR, saved from last season. I'm always going to team websites, YouTube, and I'm always watching. It's atrocious. And then the offensive line has been bottom 5 for many years. And Russell Wilson just gets it done. And it also is a crazy thing. You got to shout out Chris Carson, because he needs that good run blocking. He needs some guys to pull. They just really haven't been the same for quite some time. So I don't know if it's just Pete Carroll, Schneider, the rest of the organization, but they need to be able to get their head out of their asses and start addressing those concerns. I mean, if they want to get to another NFC championship game in the next couple years while Russ is there in his prime, you're going to need to help that guy out, and that's facts. All right, let me see here. A guy, Raiders. How would the Cowboys pay Adams? I know they don't have no money to get him. That's facts. But obviously a lot of Cowboys fans wanted him, because especially when you get someone that is as great as Jamal Adams, the number 1 safety, and he's saying, hey, I want to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and you're a Cowboy fan, you're like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? You don't really see a guy openly say one specific team that he's really going for. But last month, there was a rumor the top 2 teams was Seattle and the Cowboys, because verbally he said Cowboys. So they didn't have the money. Jerry Jones couldn't get it done. But with the Seahawks, I mean, this is big. Now, if you can get Jadeveon Clowney to come back to the team for less money, then we're looking at another team there. Because Jadeveon Clowney really wasn't the same Jadeveon Clowney from the Texans for Seattle last season. He kind of disappointed me, to be very honest. I just expected a little bit more out of him stat-wise. So we'll see what he does this year, and we'll see where he lands. Seahawks and San Francisco, I think it's a great rivalry, because my Hawks can beat them, and whoever is better than them in that particular day, go Hawks. And that's true. It's one of the top 5 rivalries in football. It's, Eagles, Cowboys, Hawks, Niners. I mean, to me, those are the funnest rivalries to watch. And I'm hoping my Bucs Saints with Tom Brady and Drew Brees, we can get into that category as well. No way you guys signing Clowney with Adams there. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either. I think that's all the money and the compensation is pretty much dried up at this point. The best thing for all 31 NFL teams besides the Chiefs for the season is to happen, because we already know we're running it back. Confident Ryan Schrick and his Kansas City Chiefs. I don't blame you. Tyreek the Freak Hill and all the rest. I'm so excited to watch the Chiefs play football. But don't get too confident. I see these players, Tyreek the Freak Hill, Chris Jones, 5 rings, 6 rings, 7 rings. We got to remember again, there's only a few teams that have 5 championships or more. And I'm not saying that the Chiefs can't do it, because I'm one of the biggest supporters of Patrick the Clone Mahomes and everything that they've done. But the New England Patriots have 6, the Steelers have 6, the Cowboys, we damn boys, have 5, and bang bang, Niner gang have 5. That's it. So you got 1, right? And obviously you're thirsty for more, and you can get it. But let's not sleep on the Ravens. I'm telling you, man, I got ESP. If the Chiefs don't make it, or they get knocked off by the Titans in the playoffs, or you play the Ravens, in the AFC Championship game, this is the new rivalry in football, the Ravens and the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. What team do I like better? The Chiefs, right? What quarterback is better? Mahomes, no doubt, right? But with Calais Campbell coming in, and with the Ravens and how everything is kind of getting situated there, I wouldn't be shocked if that team ends up representing the AFC either this year or next year, the Ravens, and I see them winning at least 1 Super Bowl. They're gonna get to probably at least 2 Super Bowls in the next 6 years. Obviously, the Chiefs will be probably the main team that's in the Super Bowl for many, many years, because they're that damn good. But in the years the Chiefs aren't there, I think the Ravens are going to go, and I don't really see a lot of teams in the NFC that are going to be able to come up with a game plan for 4 quarters to be able to stop them, especially if you have a healthy Mark Ingram, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Hollywood Brown, Calais Campbell, Judon, etc., Marlon Humphrey. And you got great coach in John Harbaugh, and you got great personnel like Ozzie Newsome. I mean, what a great organization for the Ravens flock. So that's what I'm excited to see, the Ravens and the Chiefs. That's the new rivalry in the NFL for many, many years, and it'll get bitter. over the years because they're going to end up fighting each other for championships left and right. And it wouldn't surprise me if they go back and forth for championships and the NFC is just going to be like, come on, man, we need to get somebody in here to get a Super Bowl. But, I mean, as long as the Ravens keep their core and the Chiefs, I mean, I don't really see a whole lot of other options for NFC teams. And I'm in the NFC. I follow the NFC very closely, but the depth that those two teams have is just off the charts, and that's facts. Pretty crazy to me Seattle built a championship D in the draft, and now they just pissed their draft away, right? True, but, these Richard Shermans, you know what I mean? These Earl Thomases, Brandon Browners, Cam Chancellors, Marshawn Lynch's. I mean, a lot of these guys, I mean, you don't find these guys. It's like when my Bucks had Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Mike Allstott. Certain players are once in a generation, and you get them all together to go for that common goal. And then you kind of realize, damn, how great that team was. Russell Wilson coming in off his sophomore season and then being able to, get to the Super Bowl. I mean, you don't really see shit like that. So, I mean, their drafting process, I don't know what it is, but they did hit on DK Metcalf. So, I mean, yeah, they haven't been able to really prove that they can hit on defensive players in the draft lately in the last year or two. But DK Metcalf is nice. I absolutely love him. So we'll see where the rest of the team goes. Devontae Griffin, Cowboys, we damn boys. He says Seattle still going to be trash. Well, if trash means being a wild card team and going to playoffs, then I guess Seattle's trash. But I do expect them to make the playoffs this season, Devontae. So we'll see. But the Cowboys got a great chance to get there too. Them and the Eagles battling it out for the NFC East crown. And if you don't win the NFC East, the Cowboys will be in the running for one of the wild card spots as well as Seattle. And that is big facts all day long. The championship D had one first rounder that was all pro. Yeah, long time ago. All right, 6 Inc. Seattle isn't going to be trash as long as Russ is on. Yep, at quarterback, 6 Inc. I agree. Let's go. I know someone that works for this Mariners. I get us great seats. Yeah, but they're not going to let us go, bro. I mean, I think some stadiums are letting, people in, like with the Dodgers and the Cubs, and they're, sitting in like the bleachers in the outfield. But with coronavirus and COVID still around, dangerous, as Marco says, I'm not sure. I mean, if I feel safe, going, if I was going to go, I guess I would go NFL. I want to make it worth it. But I definitely would love to be able to go to Seattle because, like I said, I usually go 3, 4, 5 times a year. Yeah, Dangerous is there. Playoffs. Hands down, he's the second best quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes. Facts. I mean, the D-line is trash. The O-line is trash. Chris Carson is not trash. Top 10 running back, right? Very underrated. Arguably the most underrated running back in the league. Tyler Lockett, underrated. Top 12 wide receiver. DK Metcalf, probably a top 20 wide receiver in the league, and he's got promise to get up there with A.J. Brown from the Titans and scary Terry McLaurin from the Redskins, Washington football team. So they got a bright future on offense. Just the O-line is kind of booty. I like Will Dissly, and the defense has got B-Wags, Bobby Wagner, but you need more. Now you got Jamal Adams. So I'm excited there, piece by piece, brick by brick. You feel me? All right, Lockett and Metcalf are skilled receivers. Agreed. I love them. And I like Tyler Lockett when even Doug Baldwin was there. And I was telling a lot of y'all in fantasy, I mean, this kid has got great hands, great footwork, toe drag swag. I don't know if anyone does toe drag swag better than Tyler Lockett. I mean, Diggs is pretty good at it, but now he'll be on the Buffalo Bills. But Tyler Lockett with that toe drag swag, be able to tip-top, tip-tip-tip-top, tippy-tippy, toppy, just right there in the back of the end zone. I don't think anyone is better at sliding those feet and getting those good touchdowns. He's amazing to watch, and he's really worked hard to make a name for himself. And even that being said, Lockett still doesn't get the respect that he deserves. I think he can go to any team and dominate and really put up big numbers. He is very, very underrated. Orion's Bucks will make the playoffs wild card. I agree. I think I'm in the running. It's not for sure just yet, but I mean, if I think 10 wins isn't crazy to think, with the roster. But we still got a long ways to go, and we got to see how Brady gets acclimated with the rest of the squad. So, hey, guy, the Chiefs did move up and draft Mahomes, and I'm happy. Oh, baby. Marquise Jones says, Derwin is better. Incorrect. I love Derwin James from Florida State, but he's injury prone, and he is not better than Jamal Adams. But I do have him in my top 3, top 4. I got Jamal Adams 1, okay? And then I got probably as far as last year, Kevin Byard to me is very solid as well. I love him. And then you got Honey Badger. Derwin James is up there. But for a while before Derwin got hurt, it was Jamal Adams and Derwin James. And then Kevin Byard and Honey Badger were behind them. But I just worry about Derwin James's health moving forward. But he is one of my favorite safeties in the league. I mean, I like him right there. Derwin, Honey Badger, Jamal Adams. But I don't think that he's better than Jamal Adams. He needs to be able to stay on the football field to prove to people that he's on that similar type of level. But with the stats, like I said, the most sacks, 11, hits, 11, hurries, 27, and total pressures, 49, all number one in the NFL. So if Derwin James is better than Jamal Adams, how is Jamal Adams number one in all those categories in the NFL? Explain. Let me know. But I am a huge fan of Derwin James. That's facts. I just dropped a little knowledge bomb right there for you to let you know what's up. Ryan Strange in the building. Just checked Twitter and saw the huge news. Holy shit. I can't believe he was actually traded. That's wild. I know, man. It's crazy. Marcos Pineda said Metcalf. Yeah, baby. Sixing. At least we know we're having a session since the NFLPA accepted the salary cap offer. Agreed. So I can't wait till my Cowboys play Seattle week 3. Woohoo! I can't wait for that game. That'll be litty. Absolutely. Lockett, Metcalf, Gordon, Dorsett, pretty great. I mean, they could be better, though. You know what I mean? Dorsett's all right, you know what I mean? And obviously with Josh Gordon, if that's who you're talking about, I mean, we don't really know how long he can stay in the league without getting in trouble. I always like for guys and root for guys that get in trouble or have a hard time like AB, fly like a butterfly, sting like AB, to be able to make his way back into the league. But I mean, you know, it's just one of those things, you know what I mean? The NFL really has a microscope on certain guys. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Josh Gordon and AB, but, I mean, I don't know how long they're going to be able to last. Woo, baby. There's no way Gase survives the season. Ryan Strange agreed. Get his ass out of here. Gase, out of here. The Jets are in shambles anyways. You just traded away your best player. You know, now Le'Veon Bell is sitting there thinking he's going to be a top 10 running back. You know, the man's got jokes. I mean, the O-line is trash. You know, Darnold's not that great. They're in trouble. Robbie Anderson is gone. He's on the Panthers. You might as well just end the football season for them and start over. I mean, which they probably are. I mean, they already have been starting over for the last couple years. Ashton White, that crazy trade. I know. NFC is dangerous. Who dat? Jay Woods. Nolans Saints in the building. What a do. Crazy trade. NFL number one safety, Jets, Jamal Adams, traded to the Seahawks. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. A massive haul for the Jets. Star safety Jamal Adams goes to the Seahawks, along with a 4th rounder in 2022. And it's a 1st rounder, 3rd rounder, another 1st in 2022 to the Jets, and safety Bradley McDougald. Crazy. But Jamal Adams is number one in all the categories. This is an amazing day for Seattle to be able to bring in one of the best safeties. The best safety in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Number one safety, Jamal Adams, traded to Seahawks. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy like Marcos Pineda did. $10 of Budweiser money into my account. Thank you very much. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Who will be next to donate to the beer fund of the Northwest Sports Fanatics? Will it be you? Possibly you. I hope so. Six Ink says, one thing I love about the NFC, there's always a new top dog. That's facts. AFC only had the Pats. Now it's the Chiefs. Agreed, right? But you got the Ravens and the Chiefs, right? And then you got the Buffalo Bills. You got the Steelers. You got the Titans. So now it's a little bit more well-rounded, even though the Chiefs and Ravens, to me, are leaps and bounds ahead of those other teams. But you're starting to get a little parity in the AFC, and I like it too. But the Chiefs are the best team in football. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, and that's facts. I mean, it's the new dynasty. It's no longer the Patriots. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chiefs Kingdom. That's facts. AFC don't have competition like the NFC. Well, you'll see this year, Nola. You know what I mean? Like I said, I watch every team website, every film. You know what I mean? Listen to those teams that I mentioned with the Titans. The Patriots with Cam Newton, Ryan Tannehill, and Derrick Henry, right? Big Ben Revenge Tour with Ben Roethlisberger. The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. You're telling me that those teams aren't going to be great football teams this year? You're crazy. They're going to be good. And some of those teams might even be better than some of the NFC teams this season. I mean, we got a lot of parity in the NFC, but the AFC got some talent. I mean, they've really made some strides to catch up to the Ravens and Chiefs, even though there's a gap there. And honestly, a lot of those teams that I mentioned, the Patriots, the Bills, the Steelers, right, the Titans, if it came to the NFC would be in trouble. Those teams would be able to mollywop on a good chunk of the NFC teams, those 4 teams. The Patriots with Cam, with Josh McDaniels at OC, that's facts. $5 for the beer fund. Budweiser's in my belly. Thank you very much. Marcos, bang! Appreciate you very much. And then you still got Bill Belichick there, Cam Newton and the Patriots. Josh Allen will take the next step in his game this year. I love the Buffalo Bills. I think they can win the AFC East over the Patriots with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, a new 1-2 combo. Big Ben Revenge Tour. I think that they will be able to make the playoffs this year. Maybe the Colts will be the other wild card team. And then you got the Titans. I think they can win the AFC South again with Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and the rest of their team with Kevin Byard on the defense. Great coaching, great team. I mean, and then there's other surprise teams that are going to come out of nowhere as well. And that's facts. Said Nola, but the top 2 AFC teams better than all the NFC teams. Ryan Schrick, facts. Mic drop, and that's very true. Seahawk Brasino, I'm so happy for my squad. I know, man. Seahawks fans, stand up. What a day. What a fucking day. I need like 20 Budweisers like ASAP. Like, seriously. My car's been having problems. It was smoking when I went to my dad's to watch the Dodgers and Giants opening day, and I just made it home. Now the score is 5-1 Giants. Come on, Dodgers. But I was thinking about trying to do something today, but all this news, I mean, I busted out 2 reaction videos, smartest plays in the NFL history. Then I did a tribute to AK-41 Alvin Kamara and a highlight package representing his 25th birthday today. Salute AK-41. Then this news dropped, so now I'm doing this live stream. And then I got another live stream that I'll probably do tonight, and then that live stream is going to be sexy. It's going to be NFL top 5 traded players going into 2020, and I've already did the film. I've went to the articles, read a lot, and came up with a great show. So that's something that I'm going to do tonight around 7:30 Pacific time. So if you guys can hop in there and join me, we'll be touching on this Jamal Adams as well again. But a very busy day for your boy, but I'm the hardest working NFL YouTuber on the planet, the biggest free agent for NFL coverage on the planet, your boy Ryan, and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Ravens not better than the Saints. Yes, they are. And you can be the biggest Saints fan in the entire world, Nola, but besides watching just your Saints, you got to be able to watch other teams and how they play. They will be better than the New Orleans Saints this year. They will probably win 14 or 15 games this season, the Ravens. I'm not saying the Saints can't win 11, 12, 13, or 14 games, but in my opinion, I think the Saints are winning somewhere between probably 11 and 13. But you ain't winning no 15-1. I mean, based off the schedule, playing Tampa Bay and Tom Brady twice, playing the Chiefs this year, I mean, you're crazy to think that you're going to go 16-0. No team is going 16-0, my guy. Nobody is going undefeated. Even if it's the Chiefs and the Ravens, there's just too much parity in the NFL. And I'm not sure if you watched Ravens football. Yeah, they got stopped by the Titans last season, but that team is special. I mean, if Mark Ingram can stay healthy with all those pieces there, I put them right on the line with any team in the NFC. Personally, and I'm an NFC guy. I mean, I call it right down the middle. I'm not biased. I mean, I watch film. Film study is my favorite thing to do besides reading. And I read probably about 6 or 7 hours a day. I watch film at least 3 to 4 hours a day. So, I mean, the Saints can be confident, and the Saints got a great team. Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, Michael Thomas, Jared Cook, newly acquired Emmanuel Sanders, Cameron Jordan, Sheldon Rankins, Davenport, Demario Davis, a.k.a. The Glue, no more Von Bell. I mean, do I need to keep going? I mean, I think I've already proven that I know what I'm talking about. All right? Nyland Saints in the building. You're going to be great. You're going to win the NFC South over my Bucks. You are great on paper. But as far as championships are concerned, I just don't know if any NFC team, even the Saints, who might be the number 1 rated NFC team right now, right now they might be the number 1, but I'm not sure if you're on that Chiefs and Ravens level. You know what I mean? And that's someone that doesn't have bias and is just looking at the players, the bench, the squad, the coaching, everything that's been coming into fruition these last couple years. Just being real and just being honest. Savage in the building. I'm so happy. This is huge for the Seahawks and us. Agreed. Marcos, he said, go Hawks. $5. Marcos Pineda. $5. Marcos Pineda. $5 for the Budweiser fund. We need some more money in this Budweiser fund. Your boy's thirsty today. 2 videos and reactions, this live stream that's almost coming to an hour, and I got another live stream coming up later tonight. Donate to your boy. Show some love from the Northwest Sports Fanatics if you can. Lone Star says, go Hawks. Absolutely. Jay Woods says, Niners trash. I disagree. I don't think the Niners are trash. Love the Saints, right? I love the Niners and what they've been doing. And even though that Deebo Samuel got hurt, Brandon Ayuk will step up. You only lost to Forrest Buckner. The roster looks good. I mean, if anyone is building a dynasty in the NFC, even though Drew Brees' career is coming to an end in the next 2 years, roughly, the Niners are legit. I mean, they might have not been able to get over the hump with Kyle Shanahan when he was on the Falcons and now the Niners. But you can't say that he's not a great coach and a great football mind. I mean, to me, he's one of the top 5 coaches in the league, Kyle Shanahan. And the Niners are on the up and up for many years to come. That's facts. John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, they know what they're doing as a tandem in that organization. San Francisco 49ers, bang, bang, Niner gang, stand up. Nola says, he said, we ain't scared, especially if there are no fans, he said. That's one thing that people aren't really talking about. The Dome is very intimidating when fans are in the building. But what happens if there's no fans in the Dome? That home field advantage totally goes out the door. Places in like Philly, right, the Dome, Kansas City, you're just relying on your overall talent, which the Saints and the Chiefs and a lot of these other teams, they have it, right? But a big part of the intimidation factor of the Dome is the fans. So if you don't got the fans in the building, I mean, it's a little bit more even, you know what I mean? You're still going to have some kind of crowd noise that's generated through like the PA system and whatnot. But I mean, that's part of the intimidation factor of going to Seattle, right? The 12th man, the Dome in Nolens, going to Kansas City and seeing the Chiefs with that rabid fan base. I mean, those are 3 of the loudest fan bases, period, when you watch football. But if the fans aren't there, if they're not there or it's limited, it'll be different. That's facts. So they got to wear masks, though. I know it won't be as loud with the mask covering the mouths. That's facts. Speaking on the fans thing, for the stadiums with no fans, y'all think that they should put artificial sound noise? Absolutely. I don't know if you've seen these MLB games, 6 Inc., or NBA games, but they got like fans, you know, on the jumbotrons. They have noise coming out. I heard that they have these cool apps coming out where you can push to cheer or boo when you push the button on the app, and they can make that, you know, for certain games. That's dope. You know what I mean? And you got the cardboard cutouts for, you know, the MLB games. You know, you got some generated noise. They have some fans in these stadiums that I'm watching. They're not full, but they're there. And then NBA, it's more generated sound. But yeah, man, anything to make it feel like, you know, you got the home crowd there or the visiting crowd there. That's facts. I would absolutely love that. All right, JJ Trilla in the building, my guy. What it do? Eagles think they're getting everyone to the Seahawks. Oh, said Seahawks, great fucking move. See, and then the Eagles thought they were getting everyone. He said, we're gonna get Jamal Adams, yeah. But the Cowboys, I mean, let's be honest, JJ, a little piece of you died today when you saw that Jamal didn't come to the Cowboys, because he that was his number one destination. You know what I mean? I saw it, I could visualize it. You know, but maybe you'll just have to wait, you know, to that back end of his career before he comes to the Cowboys, which I think is definitely possible. But for today, the Seahawks get a gem in Jamal Adams. I love it. Nola says football need to start. And the thing is, remember, Nola, it doesn't matter if it's you or other Saints fans or Niner fans or Eagle fans or Cowboy fans. You know, you can be all about your team, but let's not get blind to the fact of what other facts and other teams are out there. You know what I mean? I got the knowledge. Who's smarter than your boy? Let's be real. Out of everyone on YouTube and anyone that does NFL, like I had another guy try to come at me, Saints fan, you know, trying to go over weaknesses of the team, thinking that he knows. I'm like, bro, you're not on the same level. You don't put in the dedication and the time to read 6, 7, 8 hours a day and watch the film study. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're talking about. If you're gonna try to go fact for fact with me, you know what I mean? You got to at least know and back up what you're talking about. It's kind of comical, you know what I mean, when you get to that point, because let's be real. As an NFL fan, all of y'all in the room and other people that will watch this, everyone feels like in their head that they're an expert of their team, right? I mean, that's very true, because you have so much love and you have so much dedication, passion. You buy the jerseys, the hats, the T-shirts, you go to the games, you tailgate. You put everything on your team, so you want to know everything about your team, right? But you got to remember, there's also people out there like myself that not only love my team, the Bucks, but I love all the rest of the 31 teams. So, you know, sometimes people kind of talk out of their ass, you know, and they think they know all these things and they don't really follow the other teams or maybe their team as much as they should. So, and that's facts, you know what I mean? You got to at least know what you're talking about. It's like when you go into a friend group, you know, and you got your homies and you're drinking beer and you're talking football. or NFL or whatever, college football, and you start talking, and then that one guy starts talking, and immediately within the first 10 seconds, he's blowing smoke out of his ass because he don't know what he's talking about. And it's very clear to us sport fanatics, we know, you can tell instantly if someone is being real or trying to be fake, or if they know what they're talking about or they don't. And that's facts. And you're going to get straight facts, no bias, the number one NFL channel on YouTube, your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. You're going to get it right down the middle with who's good, who's bad. If it's greatness, I'm going to appreciate it. And it doesn't matter if they're on the New England Patriots or the Dallas Cowboys, even though America hates those teams, right? I don't. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of greatness. And if Zeke Elliott's on the Cowboys and people are going to talk shit, to me, he's been one of the most valuable pieces at running back since he's come in the league from Ohio State. And that's facts. I would take Zeke probably over Saquon Barkley and a lot of these other players at running back because he's consistent. But he's just not a fan favorite based off some of the moves he makes off the field, the things that he says off the field, right? Him being on the Dallas Cowboys. But I look past that. I don't have that hate in my heart like a lot of the other people do. Now, if you're an Eagles fan and a Cowboys fan, you're going to hate each other. That's just facts, right? But as far as the league and everything that's concerned, I think, there's definitely a lot of bias that goes on with fans, shows on TV, podcasts. You know what I mean? People don't want that. They want it right down the middle. That's facts. Marcos knows. Orion knows the knowledge. Hardest working YouTuber, NFL, period. Come at me. So don't be surprised if the Saints go 8-0. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not how you start games, Nola. It's how you finish games, right? And the last 3 years hasn't been so great for the New Orleans Saints, right? And that's not taking a jab at Saints fans or you, right? But that's just the reality. Minneapolis Miracle, that was one in a million. What are the chances that Diggs comes up with that grab and that happens, right? Then you get the bullshit PI with the Rams, right? That was horrible reffing in that game. But then last year, that was the year, besides the Rams year, when they went to the Super Bowl, Saints should have probably been in the NFC Championship game almost all 3 of those years. And they probably should have made the Super Bowl at least 2 out of those 3 years, right? But sometimes maybe they get in their own heads. And then you let a fucking Minnesota Vikings team come in there with Everson Griffin and Danielle Hunter and beat you. And you were one of the best teams all last season. So maybe it's in your head. Maybe it's in their heads. They still have a chance to win a Super Bowl for Breeze. That's facts, right? But it's not how you start the game, and it's not how you start the season. It's how you end the season. I'd rather be undefeated in December going into January in the playoffs than starting off 8-0 and collapsing in November and December. But we will see. And you ain't beating the Bucs week 1, baby. I'm telling you that. You ain't beating your Bucs. I know it's your birthday, right? When you play the Buccaneers week 1 in the Dome, it's your birthday. And I want you to have a great birthday, Nola. You and me talk every day, right? You're a Saints fan. I'm a Bucs fan, right? You're a grinder in rapping. I'm a grinder on YouTube, right? So we talk very often out of everyone on the fan base. I talk to Odin's Child daily, you daily, Shrek. We talk pretty often, Kansas City Chiefs, for both of them, and you and the New Orleans Saints. But I need that dub. I need that fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneer week 1 Tom Brady dub in the Dome to prove to everyone that, hey, we're here, we're real. I still may get the L, right? Tampa Bay Buccaneers still may get the L, but I'm confident, man. I feel good this season that we're gonna make the playoffs. As long as Brady is there, there's a great shot to make the playoffs this year and next year. What we do in the playoffs, who knows? But I just want to get there since I haven't been there since 2007. And they're going to be hungry, and Brady's going to change that franchise and the way that they think instead of, it being October and I'm already looking at the NFL draft. Now I'm going to be excited to be able to be just stoked and ready the whole season as we get into November and December and that playoff push. And that's facts. It was supposed to be the Ravens versus Saints last year. People wanted to see that. Yeah, Chiefs. I mean, even Chiefs Saints, Ravens Saints. I would have, like I said, Patrick Mahomes is amazing. And their team was built, for long-term success. You end up bringing in, a new D coordinator. You got Honey Badger, Frank Clark, Chris Jones, and then the Legion of Zoom, Mahomes. You know what I mean? And the thing is Lamar Jackson's never going to be Patrick Mahomes. Right? But they're still good enough to be able to get to a Super Bowl within the next 5 years, right? The Baltimore Ravens and the Chiefs, they got the best team in football. They're the New England Patriots. They're going to get multiple Super Bowls, especially if Mahomes stays healthy and they can keep getting pass rushers to come in and they can keep drafting some, because that's going to be the most important thing for the Chiefs' success long term. Pass rushers a good D coordinator, replacing Bieniemy at OC, right, and being able to complete the defense and filling in those holes as the years go on. Because the offense is great. The offense is litty, you know what I mean? And add a nice offensive lineman here and there if you can. And obviously, as we heard with one of the Kansas City Chiefs, he's going to end up opting out of the season and help battle COVID, which is great. Not great for the Chiefs, but they got other guys that can fill in. But you got to be able to do what's right for him and his family. So that's facts. I'm ready for college football. What about you guys? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Ryan Strange says the Ravens will go as far as Lamar takes them. And Mark Ingram. Let's not forget about that. Mark Ingram started to get hurt. And when he was 100% healthy, you couldn't really stop that offense, right? And now you got Calais Campbell coming in, right? So it's not just Lamar. It's that offensive line, no Marshall Yanda, which is going to be very huge for the Ravens. I'm really curious to see how great they're going to be with no Marshall Yanda because he's a Hall of Famer, and they no longer have him. He retired. So we'll see. We will see. Bang! Prayer man, $5. What's up, homeboy? I hope all is well with you and Marcus. Proud to be a member of the Northwest Sports Fanatic family. My guy. Appreciate you. Fly, Eagles, fly. 2020. God bless. God bless you, brother. I appreciate you. Love you very much. Another $5 to the beer fund of the Northwest Sports Fanatic. Budweiser beer fund for your boy. Help your boy out. He's thirsty today. 2 reaction videos, a live stream that's already been an hour with his Jamal Adams news. And then guess what? I got another live stream I'm going to be doing tonight with a great show that I already have planned out, waking up early. NFL top 5 traded players going into 2020. I got a great list and some good honorable mentions that I got to be able to shout out as well. So let's see. Ravens will go as far as Lamar takes them. And so far, he doesn't have a great track record this far in the playoffs or against the Chiefs. Titans was tough last year. I love Lamar, but until he gets that monkey off his back. Well, Steve Young was a guy that had a monkey on his back for years and years and years trying to replace Joe Montana. And then in 94, with Jerry Rice, he got it done. So I think with Lamar, let's go back. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. But what do they have in common? Elite defenses with Ray Lewis, right? Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp. So you don't need to necessarily have the best quarterback in the game. That definitely helps with Patrick Mahomes. But bringing in a Calais Campbell and getting Judon to come back for that defense, Marlon Humphrey's there, they got a nice collective unit. Mark Andrews is in the running for a top 5 tight end. Hollywood Brown, right, is an amazing wide receiver that will just only get better. Cousin of AB, fly like a butterfly, sting like AB. We don't know if he'll be in the league, but I think that pocket passing needs to be something that Lamar needs to work at. If you watched him at Louisville, you know that he's got the arm. He can make the plays happen, but we need to be able to see how the O-line is going to look. We got to get Mark Ingram, right? Gus Edwards and the rest of the crew, they need to be healthy for the running back position. Yanda is going to be hard to replace on the O-line, but they got weapons, and he's fast. He's the fastest quarterback in the league. He rated 6th in rushing last season out of all the running backs. Bang! Another $5. My guy, appreciate you. In the Budweiser Fund, Marcos Pineda, out of left field. Go Blazers! I love it. They struggled against the Pacers in that first game, but yeah, I'm excited to be able to watch a little bit of our Rip City and our Blazers as well. But like I said, I still think that the Ravens and the Chiefs are the 2 best teams in football, and I see both teams, Chiefs winning more Super Bowls, and I see the Ravens going to at least 2 in the next probably 8 years, and they're going to win at least 1. At least. They are deep, they are talented, and they have Lamar Jackson. So I don't see them as someone who can challenge us, Ryan Strange says. We'll see. That's the great thing about football. Devontae Griffin, he said, he's not going to make y'all defense any better. He's just one player. He said, just look at the Jets defense. Yeah, but who else did the Jets have, though, Devontae? You know what I mean? You guys are blessed with DeMarcus Lawrence, Leighton Vander Esch. No more Byron Jones. Byron Jones. Who? Byron Jones. But, like I said, you got B-Wags, Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams. They got all kinds of spots on that D-line that need to be filled, and they need other spots in the secondary and linebacking core. So they only really have 2 good defensive players on the defense, but at least it's a start. Jamal Adams or no Jamal Adams, think about it that way. You know what I mean? At least you're getting an amazing player off a shit team to a contender, and now he'll be able to feel what it's like to be in the playoffs, and that is facts. Big Jim Cruz, que pasa, Orion? Big Jim, what to do, my guy? Eagles needed Adams. I knew that. We damn boys. All the Cowboys fans were like, damn it, we wanted him. And then Eagles fans wanted him. You heard Saints fans wanting him. Everyone wanted him. Shit, even my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if they could have had the money to get him, that would have been amazing. But That's what happens. He ended up falling to the Seattle Seahawks with a big, big compensation. Ashton White, number 1, Jamal Adams, number 2, Kevin Byard, 3, Earl Thomas, 4, Derwin James, 5, Anthony Harris, 6, Harrison Smith. Where's Honey Badger, Ashton White? I know you're a Giants fan, but come on, man. You slipped one right there. Honey Badger, hello. Arguably the best safety from last season, Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu, he's better than Earl Thomas. He's better than Derwin James because Derwin James needs to get healthy for me. I got Derwin James right behind him, though. Anthony Harris, pretty good list, but you definitely slipped there on that Honey Badger, Ashton White. He's like, ooh, shit, I forgot him, but it's all good. That's why your boy Orion and the Northwest Sports Fanatics will get you. What do you think about Eric Bieniemy as the Jets' new coach if Gase is fired this year? I think that would be a great fit. I don't want Bieniemy to go there, though. I want him to stay with the Chiefs as long as possible because he's such a brilliant mind. But Gase is gone, for sure, and that's going to be one of the openings there. I don't know if he'll be able to turn it around quick enough, but, if they're going to give him enough time to make it happen, because with the Jets, let's be honest, no matter who you bring in, even if Bill Belichick went there, you're probably going to need like 3 years just to be able to get your team to look like the way that you want it. And most NFL coaches aren't going to have 3 just, hey, you got 3 years, bud. We'll let you do whatever you need to do. And even if you lose a bunch of games and go 2-14 for 3 seasons, you still have your job. And I don't know if Bieniemy will be able to get that team to that point, but I do think he'll be in the running for that job. But my personal feeling, he's such a great mind in the offense. Why go do that when you can stay with the Kansas City Chiefs? You know what I mean? Build a dynasty there. Get to be a head coach for a shit team and then get fired for a couple years and then come back to the Kansas City Chiefs, or stay with the Chiefs as OC and build your dynasty like Josh McDaniels as one of the best OCs of all time. That's my personal feeling. And I know he deserves to be a head coach. And I love seeing these coaches of color, right, to be able to get opportunities, because we don't have enough black coaches that have head coaching positions. We don't have enough black GMs, ownership, out in the NFL. Some diversity in the NFL would be great. No matter if you're Mexican or Asian or black or whatever you are, right? But it's nice to have some diversity. But I want to see Bieniemy stay. But I know that he'll probably end up taking a job somewhere. But, OC for the Chiefs, is there another better job than that in the NFL right now? I don't know. Savage says, do you think they overpay the Seahawks? The players? They don't know how to draft. Pete Carroll and Schneider, they've done, good in the past, but ever since Paul Allen died, rest in peace, Paul Allen, and I also saw rest in peace, Regis Philbin from Regis and Kathy Lee, if you guys watch morning, TV talk. He passed away today on my Twitter feed. Rest in peace, Regis. But when you got guys like Paul Allen, that passed away, he owned the Blazers and the Seahawks for a lot of y'all that didn't know. So with the Blazers and Seahawks, he was all in. He got to see the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. But since he died and his sister and these other corporate guys, took over, it really hasn't been the same for the Blazers and Seahawks, even though that we overachieved and got, our ass beat by the Warriors. No one thought besides Charles Barkley and us fans here in Portland that we would make a deep run at the playoffs and the Blazers got to the Western Finals. Who would have thought? Dame Dollar, right? The best basketball playing rapper in history. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, right? Now we got Nurk back and Zach Collins. Things are looking bright. Carmelo Anthony. So we'll see what happens. But it's not the same. You know what I mean? With Paul Allen, when he was there, it was completely different. Oh, Ashton White's got another list. This one that better not be like the one with you leaving out Tyrann Mathieu. Very disrespectful, Ashton. Come on, man. Not even having him in your list of like 8 safeties? No Tyrann Mathieu? Come on, man. If you were working underneath me, that would be a write-up, my guy. All right, let me see what you got here. AFC, Bills, Chiefs, Patriots, Ravens, Titans, Steelers. NFC, Buccaneers, Saints, Seahawks, Cowboys, Eagles, Niners. That's pretty solid. And I definitely have the Bills doing some damage this season and the Steelers. And don't be surprised if the Colts squeak in there at some point too, because they could be one of those spots. Either the Bills, Patriots, Steelers, Colts. I think the Colts with Phillip Rivers, even though he's old, Quentin Nelson, Darius Leonard, they got some nice pieces. And Espinosa, they got some nice pieces in Indy. So they might be a team that could do something. 49ers, surprised that might make it. Falcons, these are surprises. Falcons, Lions, Browns, Panthers, Rams, Bears. Ooh, Ooh, I don't know what conclusion you came to get some of those teams. Falcons, 0%. Lions, I like that one. That's mine. Browns, I mean, it depends on Baker and his development, with his new head coach. Panthers, I don't think they're a couple years away. I mean, they're the only team in the NFL, Ashton, that's replacing a head coach, their quarterback, and all their coordinators. And they lost Luke Kuechly and Cam Newton. They are not making the playoffs this season. Right, they could overachieve and maybe get to 8-8, but I don't think Coach Rule and that team they got Spider Burns, right? They got Derek Brown from Auburn. Those are nice pieces on the defensive side of the ball, but you just don't replace a Luke Kuechly, right? Cam Newton's going to be tough to replace as well. Teddy Two Gloves is there. He fits the scheme. DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel are nice, right? Greg Olson's gone. He's on the Seahawks, but I don't see them taking the step. Rams with Cam Akers could be a surprise team. Bears, absolutely not. Bears are a bottom 5 team in the NFL. Like I said, you got Mitchell Trubisky there. Nick Foles, come on, man. Bears, no way. Absolutely no way for the Falcons, the Bears, and the Panthers. And then maybe I'm wrong, and we'll see if those teams do better, but I doubt it. I mean, they're going to be bad. Chargers or Dolphins. Now you're just throwing out all the NFL teams. Dolphins are at least like 2 to 3 years away, but they definitely had a good draft, and they're going in the right direction. Maybe in about 3 years they can compete for a wild card. Chargers, depending on how Herbert plays, that could be a team that could sneak in this season. But there's a lot of questions. The defense has been silently building a monster for the Chargers, so I like that side of the ball. But Tyrod Taylor and Justin Herbert for my Ducks, how long before Herbert gets in? A month? Month and a half? You know what I mean? What happens there? Keenan Allen is the most underrated wide receiver in the league. He's great. Austin Eckler is one of the most underrated running backs in the league. I love him too. But what about the rest of the roster? I got to be able to see a full complement. Marco says, let's get Orion a Super Bowl. That would be dope. Yeah. He says, show some donation, peeps. Damn right. Damn right. Shingo's in the building. He's an Eagles fan. I can take Zeke over any other running back at this point. Maybe CMC, and that's it. And I know we don't agree a lot, Shingo, right? I know we don't agree a lot, and you love your Eagles, and sometimes you're blindsided by the things that you say for Eagles fans, even them, right? But that's some facts there. You know what I mean? Zeke is very underrated, and I would take Zeke over almost any running back as well, except probably run CMC. And that's one thing that we've agreed on, and probably the last 2 months, Shingo. You made one comment that I actually believe in, and we're on the same page. Agreed. I think I would also take Zeke over any other running back at this point, except probably run CMC. That's facts. Big Jim Cruz, I'll keep Miles. Zeke is a creep. I love Miles Sanders, though. I think he's going to have a breakout season, Big Jim Cruz. That's facts. AFC, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Titans. Are you just naming off all the teams in the AFC, Ashton? Oh, you crazy, man. Oh, my. I love Lamar, but he not winning a ring anytime soon. You want to put money on that, Almighty? I guarantee the Ravens win a Super Bowl sometime soon. It could be as soon as this season. It could be as soon as this season. Even though I like the Chiefs the best, don't sleep on a team that's built by Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome was the best GM in football for many, many years, stepped down, and he's still in the organization. But who drafts better than the Baltimore Ravens when they get a late draft pick? They've been able to draft great, just like top level, you know what I mean? So I really do think that they will get a Super Bowl sooner than later. I mean, look at the pieces that they have on their team. Look at the organization. Good head coach, John Harbaugh. They got everything that they need to be able to get there. You might not be a Ravens guy or you might not be a Lamar guy, but I can already tell they will get a Super Bowl within the next 6 years, the Baltimore Ravens. I wonder how the NFL is going to screw the Saints over this year. Big Jim Cruz. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to happen at some point. NFC, Giants, Eagles, Washington. Now you're just going off all the teams. Are you trying to educate everyone in the room, Ashton? Just letting you know all the teams in the NFL. My guy. My guy. Educate the people in the room. Oh, Prayer Man said Carson Wentz is one of the top quarterbacks in this upcoming season. Fly, Eagles, fly. I got him at number 4 out of all the quarterbacks in the league. I got Patrick Mahomes 1, Russell Wilson, dangerous 2, Aaron Rodgers 3, Carson Wentz 4, and I'm a Bucs fan. So obviously I know what I'm talking about. Not everyone will agree with me. Sometimes we think we're right. Sometimes we think we're wrong on certain things. But one thing I can say as far as Eagles fans, that's one thing I can definitely, vouch for, that Carson Wentz is underrated. And to me, he's a top 5 quarterback. I got him at number 4. I think he's that damn good when he's healthy, and that's facts. What about the Falcons? They got talent, but their defense is horrible. So how would they make the playoffs if they got a horrible defense, right? They're not even as good as the Panthers. And then you got the Bucs with Brady, and you got New Orleans Saints with Drew Brees. How are the Falcons going to make it? And we don't even know if Todd Gurley can even run anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got Julio, Matt Ryan. Calvin Ridley is going to be a breakout wide receiver this year. That's facts. But what about the rest of the defense? Deion Jones used to be good. They used to have pieces. But, I mean, I don't see how they're going to be able to make it happen and win the NFC South or even be competitive in the NFC South. I mean, you got to do the research and look at all the players and who you're playing and what division you're in. You know what I mean? Bieniemy isn't going to a dumpster fire in New York. I mean, but there's going to be head coaching jobs available, and that'll be one available. So I hope he doesn't either. I don't want his legacy to be tainted by doing some shit team like the Jets. Skinny Mello, Carmelo Anthony. He is skinny, isn't he? Man, I feel Wentz is going to throw 50 TDs this year. Possible. It's possible. We don't know who's going to throw how many. I mean, it just depends if he can stay healthy and that wide receiving core can stay healthy. You know, I'm thinking 40 to 48 is a little bit more realistic, but who knows? Maybe Wentz can go off for a couple 5 TD games. You know what I mean? NFC West, no joke. Ruiz, LA Rams. What it do, baby? What it do, my guy? Ruiz in the building. Ramley, stand up. What it do, my guy? Hopefully you're doing good. I think you could add Denver to the list of teams that could make AFC deeper. Yeah, especially Drew Lock. I think he is going to take a step forward just like Josh Allen, like I was saying. Yeah, Greg Olsen is a Seahawk. Greg Olsen is a Seahawk. See, that's where you got to do your research, my guy. You got to be able to be on it like your boy. All 32 teams, 8 hours of reading every day, game film every day. You know what I'm saying? Tyron in the building. What to do? Wentz is top 3 talent, but he's injured too much. He wasn't injured last year, though. Right? Best ability is availability. Agreed. But what did he do last year? Had an amazing season. Stayed healthy, and all the wide receivers got hurt. So I think if he can keep the, relatively healthy the rest of his career, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, Ruiz, if you had a chance to get Carson Wentz or Jared Goff, even though Jared Goff and the Goff offense is your guy, I think you guys would have been a little bit more successful with Carson Wentz. Just saying. You can still love your guy and love your team, but I think if the Rams had a choice to do a start over and pick either Jared Goff with Sean McVay coaching or Carson Wentz, I think you go Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? The gap is pretty significant. You know what I mean? Jared Goff needs a little help with the players around him, and he's proven that. I'm not saying that Jared Goff and the Goff offense can't bounce back, but if we're comparing players and you ask fans that are in the room or fans on the outside looking in, who would you rather have for the Rams quarterback? Carson Wentz or Jared Goff? I think 95% of them are probably going to say Jared Goff. No, Carson Wentz. And you know it's true. Carson Wentz is the better quarterback. But Goff is your guy. You know what I mean? Wentz is legit. Wentz is better. You know what I mean? And I'm rooting for both guys, for Wentz to be healthy and to be able to dominate. And I'm rooting for Goff to be able to move up the ladder. You know, we don't want him to be like Carr or Jameis or like middle of the pack. Mariota, you know what I mean? We want Goff to move up and get closer to that top 10, you know what I mean? But he needs to really work hard on his progressions. But what I do know is Cam Akers is a beast. You got Aaron Donald, the best defensive player in the league, right? Cooper Kupp is on a contract year, so he's going to be amazing. So a lot of things are on the up and up. And so I'm excited to see if the Rams can make the playoffs this year because no one is thinking they can, but I actually think that they have just as good of a chance as the Cardinals and probably more because everyone loves that Cardinals offense with D-Hop, right? But the defense is really bad. You got Chandler Jones, you got Budda Baker, and you got Isaiah Simmons coming from Clemson. But what else? They were like the 32nd ranked defense last season. They're not good on defense, the Cardinals. They'll be a little bit better with Isaiah Simmons this year, but the Rams got more of a complete team, and Jared Goff is there in the contract year. So I think and Cam Akers could be that splashy player that people don't realize is as good as he is. And that's the one player for your team that I'm really excited to watch tape on is Cam Akers because that could be the difference with him having a great season, making the playoffs, right, or not. And I'm really excited. Jalen Ramsey, too. Absolutely. John Johnson. Woo-hoo-hoo! Jalen Ramsey and John Johnson the third. Johnny! Woo! I can't wait, man. And that's a great thing about me, not just loving my Buccaneers, but loving all the teams. I can actually appreciate great football players on other teams and not have the bias or the hate. It's so fun to be able to do NFL and as a whole on YouTube because you get fans of every team asking questions and we can vibe. And there's not a lot of people that are fans of another team know as much about your team or more, and I take a lot of pride in that, with all the reading and game film that I watch, and it's just a cool vibe where you can talk players like Johnny Johnson, and people like will know what we're talking about, Ruiz, but other guys, they don't know who that is, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of the relationships I can build with the fans, the Fanatic family, and that's why you guys are the best on YouTube, hands down. I just hope to God the Raiders don't surprise everyone and tank this year for Lawrence, because if that happens, the AFC West is going to be tough. Like I said, it depends on if you go with Carr or Mariota. Josh Jacobs is a top 10 running back already. Darren Waller at tight end is a top 5 tight end already, right? You got Tyrell Williams, which is decent. Defense has been making some good picks with Cleveland Farrell, Jonathan Abram, even though he got hurt at safety. And then you got Henry Ruggs coming in, the speedster. But I think that realistically, the Jags are the worst team. Ooh, shit! Ran right into the wall. What a catch by the Giants. Is he dead? Woo! Damn, he ran into the wall hard. Sorry, I was just watching the Giants and Dodgers. This guy made amazing grab running into the wall on Fox. Let me watch a replay real quick. He's looking in the sun. Cradles the baseball. Bang! Ooh, right into the shoulder. Woo-hoo! 5-1 Giants. End of the 6th. Come on, Dodgers. But I think Jags are the worst team in football, right? Jets are going to be bad too. And I'm not sure if you're going to try to go Trevor Lawrence over Sam Darnold. They already got, Sam Darnold pretty much in that spot, right? But the Bears are going to be bad, in my opinion, with Trubisky or Nick Foles. So if the Bears or the Jags get Trevor Lawrence, that's what I'm thinking. And the Jets could be in that consideration as well, but they're probably not going to pick a quarterback. So we will see. Yeah, the AFC South is going to be litty, because then you have Phillip Rivers for another year, but then they're going to have to get a new guy, right? Then you got, obviously, with Ryan Tannehill, they're in the Titans long term, right? And then love Deshaun Watson. He'll be in that MVP category, but he needs help. You don't have D-Hop anymore. You got Will Fuller, and, you got some of those, Brandon Cooks is there, and, you have some pieces there, but they still have a lot of weaknesses, right? And then if you get Trevor Lawrence there, that would be probably the best for the league if Trevor Lawrence goes to the Jags. So that way that, you actually want to watch Jags games. Trevor Lawrence, Leonard Fournette, DJ Shark, I love, right? And you got the other Josh Allen, not the quarterback, on the defense, so Miles Jack, and they don't have Jalen Ramsey or Bouye or Calais Campbell anymore, in that, Bortles era when they made that AFC Championship game a few years back, right? But to me, I think that's what would be the most exciting. Getting Trevor Lawrence on the Jags, would actually make the Jags relevant again. I mean, I want fucking Trevor Lawrence on my Bucks. You know what I mean? I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence than Tom Brady, to be honest. I mean, the two quarterbacks that I wanted going into free agency was Ryan Tannehill 1, Tom Brady 2. And I didn't think that either one were going to come to Tampa. I just didn't think it was possible. But as far as Tua, Tagovailoa, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, or Trevor Lawrence, right? Trevor Lawrence, to me, has the most potential right away in the NFL. I think Tua will be good. I think Burrow will be good. I think Herbert will be good. Those guys, it might take a little time, you know what I mean? And obviously it'll take a little transition time for Lawrence. But Lawrence reminds me of Andrew Luck. Maybe even a better version and a little bit more ceiling. But, we're going to have to kind of wait and see. So Darius Slayton is underrated from wide receiver from the Giants. Agreed. I had him in fantasy last season. When you had all your guys banged up, and even when Saquon went down, I had him. And then I ended up picking up guys like Darius Slayton, very underrated. He's like a lot of these other guys. Deontay Johnson from the Steelers, another player that's not well known, very underrated. And see, for me, I follow all the teams, so I know who you're talking about. And that's facts. Israel Ngakwe, what to do? NFL number 1 safety Jets Jamal Adams traded to the Seahawks. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy, the Budweiser Fund. Your boy's thirsty. Marcos Pineda, Prayer Man, all the rest that have donated today. Thank you. $5, $5, $5, $5 foot long. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below our video on our YouTube page. A massive haul for the Jets. Star safety. Number 1 safety. Jamal Adams goes to the Seahawks along with a 4th rounder in 2022. And it's a 1st rounder, a 3rd, and another 1st in 2022. The Jets and safety Bradley McDougald. Jamal Adams is number 1 because he has the most sacks, 11. hits 11, hurries 27, total pressures 49 since he joined the league in 2017. And even if I didn't know those stats, or even if you didn't know those stats, you can just watch the tape, and it's hands down, he's the best safety in football. Honey Badger was one of the best safeties in football last year. I got him in my top 3. Kevin Byard is up there as well, right? Derwin James is up there, but Jamal Adams to me is the best, hands down. Ngakwe will have a breakout season this year. Now, he's disgruntled, though, so we'll have to see where it goes. Hey, Ryan, your boy Marcus wants his Washington football team to be nicknamed what? I would assume Washington Red Wolves is the most popular. That's the one that I want. That's the one that looks the best based off the logos and the prototypes that I've seen. But I mean, everyone, Red Tails, and there's all these other neat names that people are coming up with. But I think Washington Red Wolves, to me, I like that one hands down, like 1,000 times better than any of the other designs, concepts. I've seen pictures of the designs of the R with the wolf in it. He said Washington Presidents. No, we can't go that. I mean, I know it's D.C. and you're in the District of Columbia, D.C. delegates and all these other names that, people are coming out with. But I think Red Wolves, to me, looks the best. It sounds the best. Easy transition. It's still Washington, not Washington football team, but we got a ways to go to be able to see what they decide on it. And then that guy in D.C., he's like a squatter of team names. He bought like 45 trademark names, the Red Wolves, the Red Tails, all that shit. He bought like 45 of them for like $275 a piece. So whatever Washington decides to go on, right? They're going to have to pay this guy a shitload of money with his lawyer. So the guy was really smart, way to grind. Is almost like a drug dealer or some kind of guy, he was just sitting on all that money. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to invest in all these names that people are coming up with on the internet. And then Washington eventually is going to choose one and I'm going to be rich. But I think this guy was already rich to begin with, but now he's going to be really rich, richy rich. You feel me? So we'll see what it does. All right, Ashton, I'm going to give you a second chance. You're off Northwest Sports Fanatic probation. You left Honey Badger off the list, right? So you got written up. Let me see what you come up with now. All right. New York Football Giants superfan Ashton White says, okay, let me do this again. I'm off probation. Number 1, Jamal Adams. 2, Tyrann Mathieu. Good man. Good boy. 3, Kevin Byard. 4, Derwin James. Anthony Harris, Harrison Smith. There you go. You can't leave out Honey Badger, but you know what? When you're in the NFL and you're thinking about names, it's real easy to kind of misplace or forget about a guy. You're like, oh shit, Honey Badger, duh. You know what I mean? But there you go. Now that's more of a respectable list that no one will call you out on. But even though Anthony Harris and Harrison Smith may not be 5 or 6, and I could probably name a couple other guys, Roddy Rich. There you go, Tracy. Roddy Rich. That's a good one. But Harrison Smith might not be deserving on that list at 5 and 6, but I'll at least give you that. You got Honey Badger in the right spot. But like I said, Kevin Byard is great. Derwin James is great as well. So that is the list. Eric Bieniemy should take over the Chiefs when Andy retires. That would be amazing. But the thing is how long, Jacob, before that happens? Andy Reid's one of those guys. If you give that guy a hamburger, he's staying for life. I don't really see him going anywhere. You know what I mean? He might be able to pull a Belichick. I mean, if you're going to keep winning Super Bowls, why would Andy leave? To me, Andy Reid, even before he won the Super Bowl, was a top 5 coach of all time in the NFL. To me, very well respected. People kind of got rubbed the wrong way in Philly, when they went to all those NFC championship games and couldn't win with Donovan McNabb. But I knew eventually his time was going to come and he would end up getting one before his career was, over. And I'm so thankful that he has, because such a nice guy, players coach. He's great. Tony Grady Raiders in the building. What's up, bro? What it do? How's it going? I'm great, man. I've been grinding my ass off with these live streams lately. The number 1 YouTuber for NFL coverage, your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. How are you, my guy? I've missed you, man. I mean, it's been real busy. So this morning I woke up and I did a lot of research and film, right? NFL top 5 traded players going into 2020 is my live stream for tonight. Then I busted out a couple videos. Smartest plays in NFL history, a reaction by me, right, with Patrick Mahomes in the thumbnail, a great compilation by Highlight Heaven. Make sure you guys actually sub to him. The best highlight package YouTuber in the business, right? Then I did another video, Alvin Kamara 2019-2020 highlights in HD, 25th birthday reaction. His birthday's today, by Sports Productions. So I did that one. Then the news broke of Jamal Adams. So now I'm doing this. And then I got a show for another live stream tonight. The hardest working YouTuber for NFL coverage, period. But I am doing great. I missed you, man. I missed you, and I can't wait to do Raider games. You got Ruggs. You got my boy Gruden there, Mayock. I'm excited to be able to watch all the teams in the NFL, but I'm really excited to see Ruggs' ability to develop to be like Tyreek the Freak Hill. And bang, $20, Tony Grady, my guy. One of the best supporters for the Northwest Sports Fanatics, just like Marcos Pineda and Joey Gomez. Tony Grady is always in the building, always showing love, just like Odin's Child. Big donation, showing love to the Northwest Sports Fanatics and your boy. Thank you so much, brother. I miss you, and I appreciate you. As much as I would love EB to take over for Big Red, it's he ain't going to wait 10 years for no. Yeah, exactly. And he's so good. Let's be honest. He could have got a head coaching job this year. Eric Bieniemy, right? Just like the 49ers D coordinator. He could have got a job this year, but being able to stay with greatness, like Josh McDaniels did the Denver thing, you know what I mean? And then, didn't really work out, right, with Tim Tebow. And then he ended up coming back. I feel that Bieniemy is going to be that route. If he takes the Jets job and then gets fired after a year, he will be right back with, Andy Reid, more than likely, come back to the Chiefs. Why not? So, I don't know. If you just stay put, eventually he could be the head coach of the Chiefs, Bieniemy, right? And I think Chiefs fans would love that. But how long are you willing to wait? Is it more like ego and pride, to get? I was an NFL coach. It's like Chip Kelly. You left the Ducks, idiot, right? And then you went to the Eagles and fucked their franchise up, but it led to them getting Carson Wentz in a Super Bowl. Then went to the Niners and fucked them up. And then he tried to go back, not to Oregon, because we didn't want him at that point, right? And then he went to UCLA, and he's still struggling. So we know that he's just a college coach kind of guy. Some guys like Pete Carroll can be good at USC, right, and Seattle, the Seahawks. But it's very rare to be able to be a great coach with young men and obviously guys that are grown men with egos, So I don't know, man, but I want EB to stay. Chiefs Kingdom stand up. I want EB to stay. So that's my take on it. Tony Grady doing good, man. I've tried to catch a few of the streams, and I'm always working when it's going on. You can always watch them in replay, bro. I'm putting out almost a live stream almost every day, sometimes in multiple in a day. So anytime you can come in and watch them and comment on them. But like I said, I appreciate you hopping in the building. Like I said, it's been a good show. I've definitely gone over a lot of questions. And Jamal Adams to the Seahawks. What? Jamal Adams to the Seahawks, crazy. So the Jets are trading Jamal Adams, a 4th-round pick in 2022 to Seattle in exchange for Bradley McDougald, a 1st-rounder in 2021, a 3rd-round pick in 2021, and a 1st-rounder pick in 2022. That's crazy. So a massive haul for the Jets, right? Laramie Tunsil, Jalen Ramsey, Khalil Mack, Jamal Adams, all superstars traded for packages that included 2 first-rounders. Expensive, but that's what it costs for big-time stars to move. And like I mentioned before, Jamal Adams, number 1 in sacks, 11, number 1 in hits, 11, number 1 in hurries, 27, and number 1 in total pressures, 49. That's number 1 out of all D-backs since he came in the league in 2017. He is the best in the NFL at safety. And I don't even need to know those stats. You just watch the film. The film don't lie. Men lie, women lie, right? The film don't lie. And I watch a hell of a lot of film, and that's facts. Big Jim Cruz said Wolfpack would have been nice, but Washington Bums was my pick. Oh, man. Yeah, they ain't going to be no Washington Bums. Big Jim, you made me laugh today, big guy. Oh, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, I've been grinding hard. Like I said, this is my 3rd video today, so things is getting crazy. So if you guys, after this stream is over, you can always go back and watch it if you'd like. But also, too, if you want other material from the Northwest Sports Fanatics, I got smartest plays in NFL history, a reaction, Patrick Mahomes with the no-look pass as my thumbnail. Then I did an Alvin Kamara highlight package for his 25th birthday today. Salute. Even though I'm a Bucs fan, you're one of my favorites to watch. And then I got this live stream. And then also I'm going to end up doing tonight, I got a great show. NFL top 5 traded players going into 2020. Your boy's always coming up with good original content, and I'm working really hard. I'm watching the Dodgers and the Giants 5-1 right now. In the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th, Giants are ahead. The Dodgers are undefeated. They play again Sunday. That's my dad's team. So obviously my booty-ass Mariners, I don't expect them to win any games. 0-60. A little sad emoji with some tears going down. But at least my dad's Dodgers, I can root for them. And I'm hoping for a Dodgers-Yankees World Series. That would be amazing. So I think I'm probably going to end up, kind of ending the stream here sooner than later, just because, I've been putting in a lot of energy. I got 2 reaction videos. This one's been almost an hour and 45 minutes. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Let's see here. I'm going to go through some of these other comments here before I go as well. Who is the best safety in the NFL draft of 2021? Javon Holland, Stearns. That's tough because I got to be able to see, right, as we're going into football, are we having a college football season? I need to see college football. I need to have them play out this season before I can really say this is the best safety hands down. And we already know LSU likes to breed, secondary players that end up being Hall of Famers. Patrick Peterson, Honey Badger, right? Jamal Adams, future Hall of Famer. So I got to be able, I can't necessarily pick one name right now because there's a lot of them that I could come up with. But those are 3 decent ones right there, Israel. I feel you. Tony Grady, how's Marcus taking the news about the name change? I think when Redskins, Washington football team, when they score, it's still going to be HTTR. It's still going to be the song Hail to the Redskins in the crowd. So, they're still going to call it the Redskins. I think it's going to be the Red Wolves. At least I hope it is in like a year and a half. That seems like it has the catchiest nickname, the coolest looking logo. But with the helmets, they're doing the Alabama thing with a lot of those Alabama players like Payne that they got on the defense, right? Where they have the numbers on the side of the helmet. I like that concept. Being able to have the numbers on the side like college football, like Bama. I almost kind of wish that teams would do that more. Logo on one side, number on the other. That would be kind of dope. You know what I mean? Or if you just do numbers on both sides, maybe logo in the front, like a small one, or maybe logo in the back. You know what I mean? NFL logo in the top, and maybe the Chiefs or some other logo in the back. Be creative with these NFL helmets. But I kind of like the idea of the numbers on the side, and it's one of those things. The cheerleader scandal. The things haven't really been that good as far as the Washington football team is concerned. The best thing about it is you got Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, right? You got Chase Young, which is great, defensive rookie of the year, more than likely. Maybe Isaiah Simmons will be in that running too. But we just need to see some football, and then we'll see how that goes. But I imagine, the Redskins, even though I get where everyone's getting super sensitive now with everything that's going off in politics and in life right now, the Redskins have such history. Are we going to get rid of the Cleveland Indians and the Atlanta Braves? I don't know. I'm just so used to team names. I don't like change, but it is what it is. But I hope they go with the Red Wolves. Andy is a lifer. He will pass away being a coach. Andy Reid, #1. Love me some Andy Reid. Slay better be on that video, Orion. Big Jim Cruz. I'm not going to say if he is or isn't, but if you know me, I do my research, right? I watch film and I watch stats. Stay tuned, but your boy never lets anybody down, do I? I bring the fire, I bring the energy, I bring the stats. You're going to get informative news, no bias, and Big Play Slay better be on my list. I already have my whole list already written out. What number is Big Play Slay? That's the question, my guy. What number is Big Play Slay? Of course he's going to be on my list, my guy. I love me some Darius Slay. Loved him on the Lions, and he's going to be great for Fly Eagles Flying in Philly, and that's facts. Tyrant says, what time are you going to start a stream later? I don't want to miss that one. That's what I like to hear. Around 7:30 Pacific time. So another probably 4 hours from now. I got to give my voice a break. I did the 2 reaction videos. I'm watching baseball. I got some film to watch for NFL. I got some team websites to go to, 32 of them. I got a lot of reading to do. I got a lot of other things that I need to do as far as, the channel-wise, to get my mind right, to be able to go over all the new information for all the teams. But around 7:30 Pacific time, your boy will be in the room, and I'll be grinding, and I'll put out that new show, which the show will be NFL Top 5 Traded Players going into 2020, original content with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So I'm going to go and probably give my voice a little bit of a rest. Thank you so much to you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed all the hard work and all the fans that are great. Tony Grady, $20. Marcos Pineda, $5. Prayer Man 2009, Fly Eagles Fly, $5. Marcos Pineda, $5. Marcos Pineda, $5. Marcos Pineda, $5. $5, $5, all for the Budweiser Beer Fund. Thank you guys so much. It was great to talk to you, Big Jim, Tyron, Israel, Ryan Strange, everyone in the building. Thank you guys so much. Tony Grady, you're my guy, man. Please come to the stream sooner than later. Tracy, Jacob, Toby, all y'all, Ruiz, LA Rams, all you guys, Shingo, Marcos Pineda, LA Rams, Ruiz, my boy. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I got those other videos for you guys to watch. The NFL smartest plays in NFL history and AK-41 highlight package for his 25th birthday today. Check those out. I'll be back soon. And enjoy the rest of the Saturday. And if there's some more NFL news that breaks, your boy will be on it ASAP like Rocky. You feel me? NFL number one safety Jets Jamal Adams, the star, traded to the Seahawks. A reaction with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that motherfucking like button now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Love you guys. You guys are the best fans on YouTube. I appreciate you. I love you guys. The best fans, period. The Fanatic family. I'll be back in a few hours. And stay tuned for some more NFL news and anything might break. I love you. Appreciate you guys. And I'll be back tonight. Peace. Man, Jamal Adams to the Seahawks. I can't believe it. Crazy.